It wasn't recording.
Yes, it was. Yes, why is he counting?
Hi there. We're the Beehive family. 2 adults, John and Shiang-ling, 4 kids, Alexis, Matthew, Chloe, and Jacob, and 4 pets, Phoebe, Nico, Toast, and Alpha. Our family was part of the Marine Corps Special Forces world for over a decade, when life dealt us a new hand. 13 months later, many life lessons experienced, and the idea of many more to come being ever exciting, we have no plans on stopping. We homeschool and base much of theirs and our learning from the world around us. So, stick around, take a look at our lifestyle in the raw. If you like it, give us a thumbs up, and of course, subscribe.
Okay.
This is for tonight.
The haul. Alexis, what did you just take?
What? I wanted grapes.
All right, I'll get you grapes in a second.
Okay.
Can't ever get any of it. Nothing comes home before it's already been sampled. I mean, Chloe's already made herself a dang fruit plate and half that stuff I just bought.
This is for the whole family.
Probably should have taken some video when I was at the store, but. So, today's video is answering a question that I had on Instagram. You hear the chopping noises? Yeah, that's her cutting the fruit. Somebody asked, how much do we spend on food? That's hard to answer because it changes. So when we're stationary, I probably spend a lot more money on food only because I get into like, I can make a lot of things. I can wash a lot of stuff. I have water access, etc. It just kind of depends. It ranges usually anywhere between like $250 a week to $175-ish. And I say the high range because honestly, we probably spend the $250 range more often than not. I try to cook and make and serve as much items that haven't been processed. So I'm gonna start exploring making granola and chewy bars of sorts. I just sourdough crackers from Deanna's Homestead and Chill blog. So I'm in the middle of chaos. I'm going through all the shopping bags and separating them, and then I'll do like a little breakdown so you guys can see what I usually kind of buy. What are you doing?
Strawberries, raspberries,
All right, so the food haul. This doesn't count. So from here over is the haul, so I'll go slower. Brown sugar and the flour as a replacement / the kids want to do some crafts, so I've got that for them. Fruit and veggies are usually a heavy purchase item. I just needed to do some filler this week, which is why it was only around $170 to shop. Replacement meat, eggs, and then we've gone back to doing block cheeses. I bought a lot because they were on sale, but I buy them so that I can freeze one, and then I have a backup, and 3 of them will stay out for breakfast and things. I got 2 chickens because they were on a really good deal. They were only $340. They were only $343-ish for a locally raised chicken. And then this, $9, right? There is a little bone in here, like right about here, which is fine. But I was going to buy ground pork, but it was like $4.57 for a 1.5 pounds, whereas this is 5.7 pounds. And as you can tell, it's $1.74 a pound. So I'm going to ground this. I had some people asking me about my grinding, why I grind my own meat sometimes. This is why, because a butt roast was $9 at $1.74 a pound, and ground pork was $4.57 for a 1.5 pounds. Lunch meats, eggs. I get chicken breasts, the whole pack for the whole family. That way we can do chicken nuggets, breasts, whatever during the week. It's really simple. The ground beef, which I mix with the ground pork, it kind of mixes the flavor up and then also just extends it in a sense, because beef has been getting expensive. Steak was on sale. Johnny's not here, so I bought myself a steak. And then I get these, kids like to use them for breakfast bakes, and we use them for a lot of stuff. For a quick meal, I do my fried rice. So if I'm forgetting to do meals, fried rice is easy. It's whatever veggies I have in the fridge, and then this fried up with rice. This is for the dog and the cat. I will also be adding a couple of these to one of the chickens because I'm gonna make chicken soup. So that just adds, it's gross, I know, so gross, little feet. But they do add a really good source of collagen, and they just add a lot of healthy nutrients. I have a replacement orange juice and a coconut milk. I have one in there, but we like to keep 2 in there at a time of the milk because I use it for smoothies and lots of other things. I got cereals. We're switching to more of granola type cereals. We have 4 yogurts. This one is mine because it's my favorite. And then we have regular just yogurts for shakes and stuff like that. This is plain so that we can use it for dipping sauces and creaming up soups and stuff. And then these are more granola for yogurts. Got the flax seeds for bread. And then I'm switching and trying out this avocado oil spray over using the Pam type sprays because, yeah. So yeah, that's the haul. It's very quick. It's very whatever. Most of the time though, I probably go shopping every 4 days, 5 days maybe. This haul was a refill. This was like all of our essentials to eating every day. The granola, the cheeses, the lunch meats, and then the meat in general for dinner because I only have a tiny freezer. I can only store so much. So I have meat in the freezer constantly, and I actually have it's got pretty good storage. But then I also buy weekly meat, like if we're doing something specific, if the kids are cooking, they don't use some of the stuff that I have stored in the freezer. That's like my special stuff. Like I have scallops and some lobster tail from Florida, and it's kind of like I'm kind of holding on to them for special occasions. I don't know. So now that the kids are cooking more often, I'll be cooking or shopping. Stop. Get away from me.
Well, you want a little finger in the ear. But look at that. It's like. Why can't I eat these again?
You can have the ones that I put in the chicken soup. Can you not play with them though? Oh God, you're so gross.
They smell fine.
No, she freaks me out. So yeah, again, this is a filler shopping trip. This isn't like a big haul. If I was going in and getting, you know, all my rices and really restocking the freezer with meat, or really restocking, you know, some of my shelf stable items that I'll purchase, flowers, like if I'm really restocking a lot of stuff that I'm going down on, again, those shopping trips can range between like $200 to $300. If I'm getting a little excited about cooking, like I did when I was cooking Asian meals for Sam and Rachel, a couple of shopping trips got to like $300 because I'm buying so much meat, and meat is where it's getting expensive. So I do spend a lot of money on food. I am definitely not one to idolize after because I don't coupon or meal prep for financial reasons. I do it because I want to eat it and I want to try it, and if I found a recipe, if I can afford it, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. With that said, I do want to get better actually at meal planning, and not necessarily not purchasing all the things that I want to make and all the stuff I want to try, but more or less the kids are starting to cook with me. That's gonna include them shopping with me, and also meal prepping, which will be like, all right, Monday we all sit down, what are we gonna do for dinners, and then what do you need, what do we not have in our home pantry, etc., etc. So with that happening, I want them to understand healthy food choices, how to cook, understand how to feed themselves, but I also want to make sure that they understand, like, and not to forget that, you know, you can do it smart and still eat healthy. So again, this was $170-ish. It's a pretty healthy pull for me. Now I'm gonna put the haul away. I'll do a little time lapse maybe. I don't know if you want to watch me do that. But as always, because I don't know what you want to know, leave us a comment with your questions. We'll try to answer them either here or on Instagram, so make sure you're following us over there. I'm definitely a daily poster on Instagram. And of course, like, subscribe, share, give us a follow on Instagram, you know, all those things. Helps out. Kid you not, this shit only happens when Johnny's gone. So I was like trying to compress the trash can, and of course it just popped out like crazy. Landed on my toe. So here I am at the end. All the fruits and veggies for the most part are gone. I break down everything out of their packages and put them into bags. This one will stay out because Matthew wants to do burgers tomorrow. These two will go in the freezer. This will go in the freezer as well. And then this will stay in the package because it's pretty slim. The pork shoulder, this guy. And I'm gonna take a break and help Jacob cook dinner because he wants to make chicken nuggets and french fries. So I'm gonna make dinner and then I'll come back to making the pork shoulder into ground. The bags, I have a feeling somebody's gonna say something, and I won't lie. Right up until now, like, I knew I use bags and I use paper products a lot. I did not realize how many bags I kind of use. Once a week I kind of do that. I separate all the meats out of their styrofoam, which is already bad, into less styrofoam. So I'm gonna be looking for an option. I think if I can find some like glass containers that can stack, like if I can get some containers that have those pull the air out, like air. If I can find some airtight containers that I can fit like on this shelf, which is where I usually store my meat, I would try to do some of those where I could store my meat in jars or glass. I never thought about doing it in jars. Maybe I could do it in jars. Maybe I can switch everything when I come home into jars. That'd be cool. That'd be really interesting. Anyways, if anybody else has other solutions, again, leave a comment. Drop some information down there so I know. That would be really cool to find out. I think I might start putting shit in jars. Like, I definitely have jars. It's your day to cook. Alright, so Jacob wanted to make Jacob wanted to make, what did you want?
I wanted to make french fries and chicken nuggets.
And chicken nuggets. And Matthew's fixing the trash can because that
You
broke on me.
it.
That hurt. Alright, so first things first, Jacob. We gotta cut the french fries. Okay,
Right over.
I'm gonna set you up.
1, 2,
Go
3.
slow. Will you slow down? You have a knife. You have to be careful. Okay, I'm gonna help you first, and then you're gonna do the second part, okay? So watch. I'm gonna chop it. See? And then I'm gonna... The other day we posted a video of our genius bus hacks, right? I talked about my cooking tray and how it covers my stove. It also serves as an awesome step stool for the little ones. Stub your toe a couple times, but gives them the leverage he needs.
Mom.
Yeah, got some french fries. I tried to let Jacob help me put some french fries in the oil, and he threw them. So that's a good indication that he is not old enough for that level yet. When I say don't throw and he threw, that means no, you're not ready. All right, aluminum foil, ready?
Wait, is this?
I need you to hold this open.
Yep.
Okay, I need you to hold this open. I'm gonna put the chicken in there. Okay, hold it open. Ready?
Oh, no.
All right. Alexis, can you close the Ziploc on that?
Yeah, no, I can. I'm just cooking this. It's not cooking french fries. Hey, I'll just have to do it.
Okay, it's closed. Now.
What? Now, we need to shake it up.
Now you gotta take it and you gotta rotate it around.
Okay.
All good and closed? Okay, now just keep rotating it around. No, don't toss it. You gotta mush. You gotta...
Mushy.
We gotta get everything coated. All right, the next step is...
I can see your breath.
We're gonna take
One bowl
of eggs, egg wash basically, and then a thing of breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Want to take these out?
Wait, which one are we planning to put in first?
Let me show you.
Dad's looking at you.
All right, we got egg wash and we got bread.
Which
Crumbs.
one are we planning to put
You're gonna
in?
reach in. You're gonna grab a chicken piece. You're gonna put it in the egg. Ew.
Yep.
You're not gonna try to get this everywhere. You're gonna go to this one, and you're gonna dip it in that and cover it in that. Look, see, I'm covering it really nice, and then I put it over here.
Okay.
All right, now put it in the egg wash. Slow down, get it good and covered. Good job.
I'm trying to push it over.
Yep. Now go ahead and put it in the breadcrumbs. Go ahead, put it in the breadcrumbs. Your hands are gonna get dirty. Just cover it with the breadcrumbs.
Drippage.
Here, you can use your spoon, the spoon to cover it, help you cover it.
Yeah.
All right, first one, that's okay. Next one. That one's a big one.
I need to wash my hands. Or I
Nope,
can't.
keep going. You're going to another one. Do another one. Try not to get the big ones. I gotta cut the big ones in half. That's okay. Do that one. That's okay. This one was too big.
Ugh. Yeah. Ladies. It looks like it.
Oh my god!
Dad's beard is frozen.
Dad's beard is freezing.
Next one, coming right up.
You can see it turning gray.
Yeah,
Well, they're cooking. Dad's in Colorado.
You think you can put that tray into the stove? I mean, to the oven? Hold on, let me clean this up.
Wait, I think I need.
Hold on. No, you don't need gloves.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. There you go. Put it in. Okay. Good job.
Oil on them.
Good job. We're gonna close the door. All right. Now we're gonna put them in for about 20 minutes.
No! 1 more minute!
20 minutes. Eat some French fries. Those look good. Look at those French fries. All the ones that you helped cut.
Oh.
Cleaning up. The best thing is cast iron. I pour my hot oil for my French fries in a mason jar, and then I keep it for the next turn.
So it's not dirty.
Nope. And my cast iron has just been basically really well oiled because it was just soaking in oil. So then I just wipe it out, and it's still piping hot right now because I can't wait. And then it just goes straight back in to my cabinet on top of the other cast iron. Alexis is
I'm
gonna
burn
put.
my fingers.
No, you're not. Just put it on top. You'll be fine. So I realize not everybody's gonna have these tools, and I'm lucky that I've already had a KitchenAid mixer and the meat grinding from our previous farm life. With that said, these tools aren't that expensive. I see them in the marketplace all the time. People sell them because they buy them and then they never bake or do anything with them, and you could be that person that gives it a new home. And then these are like $30 or $40. I'd like to upgrade to the stainless steel one, but honestly this has worked pretty well. I've done maybe three pigs now with this, 3 pigs with this, and normal grinding when I'm, you know, finding deals like this. I'm gonna grind at home. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually assemble my unit because I haven't done that yet. So you drop the little feeder in, and then you put the top on. So this is the main chopping component, and then you have the discs that push out the meat grind size. Snap that in, okay? And then you put the outside, and that's it. And then it clips to the front of your KitchenAid mixer. I don't know. Why am I, okay. So it gets put right on the front. And screw the little nugget in, and that's it. Ground pork was selling for $4.57. And I want ground pork because I mix it with my ground beef when I cook. It kind of like extends it / adds more flavor. Ground beef is expensive, so it's just kind of nice. But $4.57 was expensive for a £1.5 for pork. So this was on sale. It's $9.94, and it is 5.71 pounds, which makes it $1.74 a pound. So the ground pork I think was $3.09 per pound, and I didn't like it. So I found one that has a bone, which is fine because I can use that. So what I'm going to do is break it down. So there's no special thing that you have to do to cutting this. For the most part, I mean, it's got a big layer of fat on here, and that's okay. I'm gonna remove it, and that's just taking the knife and sliding it along the membrane. But I'm gonna remove it so that I can judge how much fat content I have in it, so it's not too fatty for a grind.
And ketchup.
And then you cut the pieces into like inch by inches chunks. So you take your chunk of meat and then you drop it into the little chute and you just push it in there. Going down in there, and it comes out here. Do a little faster.
Goes out.
All right. That's a big ass bowl of ground pork. The last step, I'm gonna use bags once again to put it in the freezer. Just to have a air sealer, an airtight, what is that used to be called? I forgot. An air sealer, the little sealing bags for sealing your food. I used to have one at my old house, but it didn't fit on the bus, so it didn't make a cut. So we're just the plastic bags.
Chuck it in the bucket.
So I'm gonna measure and I'm gonna weigh it out, and I'll see how much I've got. I'm done weighing them. I got 3 bags. I got one at 1.5, pound and a half, a pound 6, and a pound and a half again. So we got 4.6 pounds-ish. So now that I had a chance to sit down and actually do the calculations, from the 5.71 pounds of pork roast that I had, I ended up with 4.81 pounds of ground. That's still $1.74 per pound, just because I'm still going to use the 0.9 ounces of bone and fat. The bone I'll use within like boiling some beans and getting some beans ready, or I'll use the fat to saute like hard veggies or hard leafy greens, because it gives it that bacony flavor. So comparing the 5 pounds and 71 ounces for the pot roast to 1.5 pounds of ground at Walmart, it was like $4.57 for ground, and that makes that $3.05 for a pound, and this is $1.74 a pound. So cost wise, I can stretch it longer, and it goes within several meals. I'll take that. I prefer it. It lets me practice my butchering skills at the same time, kind of working on processing and preparing meat and figuring out, you know, different ways to use the meat. Granted, I'm just grounding this, but when I get larger cuts or different, I cut them up and use them in different ways. And I don't know, I just kind of enjoy the process. So throughout the video, you might have noticed that I added 3 goals for our family. Because I'm the primary cook and person that shops for all the food, I've kind of realized I wanted to change a few things and how we eat. Also teaching the kids proper ways to do things, because they're getting older and they're starting to cook with us. So I want to make sure that they're doing healthy food choices and also shopping appropriately. So goal number 1 was to eat more vegetables and quality meats. More vegetables in the sense of vegetarian meals, and reducing how much meat we have to purchase each week, because usually we eat 1 meat and then several proteins, or several veggies, and then like a starch. Kind of the traditional meals in a sense. And I'm trying to break away from that, because I don't know why that's been so ingrained in my brain to cook like that. We just signed up for Misfits Marketplace to get fresh, organic, ugly veggies sent to us. So we're gonna test that out. Right now, I think it's $35 a week for a Madness box, which is their larger box. It has like 18 to 22 pounds of veggies. And that's already going to be cheaper than what it is from the store for us. So we'll try that one out. Maybe Thrive Market and Butcher Box for higher quality meats. But right now, we're just gonna try the veggies. Goal number 2 was to reduce purchasing staple items from the store. Not staple items, but more pantry snack, everyday eating items. I want to make more from scratch items, like our bread, chips, crackers, granola. We're doing kombucha and ginger ale as our beverages, because we're trying to reduce drinking soda and purchasing more plastic. Which leads us to our goal number 3, is going to be reducing our trash. We do pretty good about recycling a lot of the stuff. The kids use, as you can actually see behind me, Chloe's building right there, very quietly, but she's using all of our paper products and paper boxes that get from our deliveries or whatever. They use a lot of our paper and plastic items, recycled, create things out of it, and then it ends up going on to the fire pit and getting burned. So most of our paper items are pretty well recycled. I still want to reduce our plastic use, so that includes getting recyclable like mesh produce bags, because I buy a lot of produce. What was the other thing that we were doing? We made some homemade soap to replace purchasing liquid soap consistently. There's gonna be a few more things. We're still kind of writing it out and figuring it out, and at the same time slowly getting supplies for stuff like that, so that we can make it, because it is a larger investment up front, but the per item, like per soap bar, per whatever, and the reusableness will make it worth it. All right, so that was just like a recap of how I shop. And how we process some meat to save on our food bill. Outside of that, I've got nothing. Chloe and Jacob are hanging.
Yeah.
What do they do, Chloe, if they like our video?
Comment, subscribe, and like this video. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers. So if you want to, you can do it, or you cannot.
Yes, that's right. If you don't like us, we don't care.
Bye.